considers themselves messy? Raise your hand. You can't really tell I'm in my power suit on stage, but this is my wardrobe. It looks worse on the big screen. I am a professional mess hider. That's what I do for a living. I help companies turn their mess into something that looks good and sounds good. Branding. I moved from Hong Kong to Paris 10 years ago for work with no visa, no connections, and no French. I had to build my life from scratch and somehow became global brand director. I loved my job. I had a great career. I got married. Life was good. And then, out of nowhere, I lost my job. Not once, but twice in 6 months. The first one I had outgrown, but the second one was hell. You know the feeling when you start a new relationship and on paper they are perfect. Then you get these little red flags and something feels off, but you ignore them and you try really hard to make it work because you want them to be the one. That was me in this job. I had all the signs. The friend who referred me quit on my third day. I had to fire people I didn't want to. Every week, someone would quit or get fired with no explanation. In fact, the inside was so rotten, there were actual mice in the office. And then 2 days before I was supposed to get on a plane to meet the leadership team in the US, I got called to a 6 p.m. meeting with my boss and HR. It was a 3-minute conversation, and my access was cut immediately. I couldn't even tell my team I got fired. I was shocked, confused. The last time I talked to my boss, she told me I was doing a great job. I was ashamed, embarrassed. I have never experienced this before. This was my dream job. How do I tell my parents and people? I have no income. I'm going to lose my visa. I felt completely lost. I was a mess. Over the next few weeks, I slept until noon every day. I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to talk to anybody. I didn't want people to know I was unemployed. I just wanted to hide. Because I felt I didn't just lose my job, I also lost who I am. My sense of worth was so tied to my work, and my work was all about identity. I built identities for brands, and I was good at it. So I thought, what if I treat myself like a brand? So that's exactly what I did. I started asking myself, what's important to me? My voice. What do I love doing? Telling stories. So I started writing a post talking about what happened, losing my job, the feelings of shame, loss, all the mess. I was just about to publish. Then my dad asked me not to. He said, people will think you're the problem. You're ruining your career. I was very annoyed because a part of me thinks he might be right. This goes against everything I was taught to do being raised in Hong Kong, where success and appearances are everything. You share your wins, you hide your mess, and you listen to your parents. But the other part of me remembered what it was like working at this job where I couldn't be myself, couldn't breathe, couldn't sleep, always shrinking, editing myself like my voice and my ideas didn't matter. And I remembered when I was 15, I ran for student council, and my campaign slogan was "Speak Up." Using my voice is part of who I am. So I looked at this post, and I thought, sorry, Dad. And I finally press publish. I felt a surge of energy. It's like you've been constipated for a very long time, and finally, that release. It's a very vivid image, but it's exactly how I felt. And then I thought, should I post this on LinkedIn? I was scared what people might think. LinkedIn is where you share getting a job, not losing a job. Oh my God, what would my boss think? And I started to spiral and thinking, what would everybody think? And so I told myself, okay, I'm gonna think about this tomorrow. I'm going to bed. Then the next day, I woke up and I got a notification. Somebody I haven't spoken to in a very long time tagged me and shared my post on LinkedIn. She said she read it and that it was raw, beautiful, and too powerful not to share. At that moment, I felt the universe did that for me. I felt that it was a sign from the universe telling me, Joey, it's okay. It's okay to share your story. I felt I've been given permission to start brand new. And then more messages start pouring in. Friends, strangers, old colleagues, all telling me some version of me too. I was not alone. So many people were living similar stories, but nobody was talking about it. That gave me motivation to keep sharing. I created a video series called Rebrand My Life, sharing how I'm rebuilding my life after my career crisis. Every time I share a video, an article, I get over a bit of my fear and doubt. I feel a little less shame and a little more me. Soon, people started asking me to help them tell their stories. At first, I thought I was helping them with their social media branding. But the conversations got deep quickly. People started telling me what they really want and what's stopping them. All the imposter syndrome, the fear, personal stories that they have never shared before, losses, failures, but filled with courage and resilience. When I asked them, why don't you share these stories? They would say, it's not professional, or I don't want to shoot myself in the foot. What starts as, I don't know what to post, always ends up being, I don't know if I'm allowed to be who I am. And that's when I realized this is what we're all afraid of. That our truth is too messy to be seen, and that who we are is not good enough. So we spend our whole lives trying to look perfect and professional, like we've got it all together, but all that does is create disconnection with one another and ourselves. So I tell them the same story I just told you, and I help them do what I did for myself. I started calling it M.E.S.S, M-E-S-S. M.E.S S, name it, face it, express, give it a voice, shift, see your shame turns into strength, and lastly, show up as yourself and shine. M.E.S.S is where meaning begins. Every atom in our body was born from the explosion of stars. We are literally made of cosmic mess. And just like those stars, our light often comes from our darkest moments. I have seen the powerful shifts that happen when we stop hiding our mess and start seeing it as the magic that uniquely positions us to do what we do and tell our story. Sharing my mess is what got me here today. Through sharing my mess, I managed to help other people do the same, including my closest friends and loved ones. Some of them are here in the audience. People finally quit their jobs, start their business. I found my purpose, a new job that I love, and this TEDx stage. Once we let go of the fear and doubt, we become unstoppable. New doors and opportunities open up for us and for those behind us. So, want to see what my wardrobe looks like today? Still a mess. But I don't hide it anymore. I own it. I am messy, and that's okay. My husband might disagree. But the next time you look at your own mess, just remember there is nothing wrong with you. You are human. All you have to do is turn it into your message. Thank you.